After calibrating auto HDR from Windows 11, the results are amazing, and I'm gonna show you at the end of the video a close-up to the before and after. So you see the results are staggering. But even if you have a gaming console, PS5, Xbox Series X, what I'm gonna show you on this video is going to be very important to get the black level perfect all the time. So what is the black level? Basically, adjusting the black level is going to allow the TV to display perfect black. So zero nits, zero candelas. And why is that important? Because that is gonna give you that infinite contrast, which is, the perfect blacks is one of the best qualities of these OLED TVs. Is what makes the colors pop and everything looks so beautiful. So you need to get the black level perfect all the time. And there are some games that have the black level raised. And sometimes it's very difficult to calibrate because you don't have the opportunity. You don't have that perfect black screen that you can stop and just play with your screen brightness up and down to calibrate it. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a screenshot. So if you have a PS5, an Xbox Series X, or a computer, you just take a screenshot and you copy that to your computer, and you're going to open that screenshot using this app, which you can download from the Microsoft Store. It's free. And the app is called HDR WCG Image Viewer. So let's say you open Spider-Man, Insomniac. So that title screen and everything else is black. Just take a screenshot. So on the computer, I know it's Alt F1. Take that screenshot, open that with this program, and then you just have that image in full screen. You just turn off all the lights. You are on a dark room, and you come here to your settings on the TV. You go to Advanced Settings, Brightness, Screen Brightness. Or if you have a C2 or G2, it's gonna be called the black level, which is more correct. So that black level, what you're gonna do is you're going to increase this number and decrease it. So let me explain. By default, this is 50, okay? So if you have a completely black screen, you get close to the screen. There are other techniques, like a toilet paper of that. I don't do that. I just put my eyes very close to the screen. So I raise this number until I no longer see perfect blacks. So for example, on 50 I see perfect blacks. If I raise it to 51, boom, I see that it's no longer perfect black. So then I lower it to 50. So then 50 is perfect. But for example, on Spider-Man, the black level is 49. So on 50, I don't have perfect blacks. So when I am playing Spider-Man with auto HDR from Windows 11, no matter what, it doesn't matter the value that the game is trying to output. So if I change from 1500 nits to 800, doesn't matter. The black level is raised in 2 clicks, because usually the black level of my TV is 51. Okay, so for Spider-Man, I have to lower this 2 clicks. Okay, but that can vary slightly depending on the TV. So I cannot tell you 100% for sure that on your TV the black level for Spider-Man is gonna be 49. So you need to test this yourself. Or if you don't want to test it and you are using auto HDR from Windows 11, a safe bet is just to lower it 2 clicks. Okay? Because for me normally it's 51. So on Spider-Man it's 49. So just lower it 2 clicks and it's gonna be a safe bet. I much rather have perfect blacks and crush the blacks a little bit than not have perfect blacks for 100%. But you can test it yourself, and you should test that on every single game. For example, Genshin Impact, the black level is raised wildly. It's insane. Like, I have to lower this to 38, which is bananas. But after I do that, the colors are so much more beautiful. the contrast of the image is just amazing. So this is so important. By the way, GTA 5, I just tested that. Sorry, not GTA 5, Watch Dogs 2. I tested the black level, it was 50. So it was just one click down with auto HDR from Windows, okay? When I'm playing it on SDR, it's 51. So you might think, man, that's just small detail, nobody cares. It is so important, trust me. That makes the color, so having the black level perfect. So you have perfect OLED black, okay? That is gonna give you a more colorful, more beautiful picture. Is going to give you that perfect infinite contrast. So the comparison is between infinite contrast and not having not having infinite contrast. It's huge. It's a big deal, big difference. So that's how you get it right all the time. Just take a screenshot, use this app, dark room, and just increase this number until you no longer see perfect blacks. So for example, you are at 50. That's perfect black. You increase it to 51, boom, you see that there's no longer perfect black, then you lower it to 50, okay? Or if you are in 50, you see that there's no perfect black, you lower this number, still not perfect black, lower it one more, still not perfect black, lower it one more, now it's perfect black, that's the black level. And you always check, okay, let me raise it one more, you see that it changes, you lower it down, it's perfect black, that's the black level. So I would recommend you to check every single game that you play and do this. I'm always going to, do it, an HDR video, performance video, and analyze every single game that comes out. Right now, for example, I'm downloading Rainbow Six Siege because it's free for these days. So I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna see how good HDR is with auto HDR and all that. And I'm going to share the results. But this is very important. Also, when you use dynamic tone mapping, this value sometimes changes in one click. So using dynamic tone mapping sometimes raises the black level, especially if you use HLG. But with HLG is different because you cannot take a screenshot of the HLG because HLG is after. So the signal is on SDR. So if you're taking a screenshot, you're taking a screenshot of SDR. So with HLG, you have to calibrate this black level on the fly. You have to be on that dark. If you can pause the game and have a black background on the game, that's perfect. But if you cannot do that, it's gonna be a little bit more challenging. You have to be fast with the control, with the remote. If you see a black screen like 5 days earlier or a week after, something like that, then you have to be fast and check the black level. So that's what it is. And I'm going to do a video update of my HDR recommendations now that I know more. I'm going to update all my opinions about these colors and HDR and everything that I knew before, what I know now. And my goal is to give you a better recommendation so we can all enjoy this TV the best. So I'm gonna show you now. I'm going to grab the camera and show you the differences before and after the calibration of Windows 11, which I showed on the previous video. I'm gonna show you that, and I'm gonna have a link in the description of this video to that video so you can go back and watch how you can calibrate the Windows 11 Auto HDR, which is fantastic. It's better than most HDR 10 or real HDR from the developers, which is unbelievable. Like for example, Spider-Man HDR just broken, completely broken. Auto HDR from Windows is flawless. Well, it does have that flaw. The black level is raised in 2 clicks, but after you lower that, it's just perfect. So let me show you that right now. Let me go close, show you the screen. So you see the differences and the highlight. Let me do that. Okay, so this is, let me show you the before. Okay, let me show you the before picture is this one. So the before picture is this one. So you see estimated max CLL 1026 nits. So what that means is that the game is trying to output 1026 nits, because, and you know, this LGC1 is not capable of doing that. So that is by default. On Windows 11, by default, is assigning a 1500 nits profile to this TV. That's why Auto HDR is trying to push that, and as a consequence, look at the highlight. It looks blowing out. Let me show you the difference after calibration. You can see all the highlight detail. Let's see if I can move the camera. So after calibration, before. See, all the highlight is blowing out. After the calibration, you can see everything. And after the calibration, instead of the Windows 11 trying to output that, is now trying to output 797 nits, which it is good for this TV. So you see the peak luminance, 782 nits after adjusting Windows. So basically, by using the CRU app, we are changing that default profile that Windows is assigning to this TV, which is 1500 nits. We are changing that 1500 nits profile to 782 nits. So then Auto HDR, instead of trying to output this amount, 1026, is trying to output 797, and that's why this looks so much better. You see all the highlight details on that cloud. It's beautiful. In comparison here, you don't see anything. And it's a lot worse than that. This is just one shot. But there you go. That's the proof. After calibration, it looks so much better. The colors also look better. They don't look washed out.